Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel with me SANIATUL MASLUCHA from Extensive Reading G with attendance number 9. Today in this 5th meeting, I would like to present short story report. There are two short stories that I would like to present today. For the first short story is The Ugly Duckling and the second one is Beauty and the Beast. Well guys, let's get started. In this slide shows book details The Ugly Duckling that was written by Hans Christian Andersen that was published in Denmark November 11, 1943 with original language Danish and English. The next slide is introduction. The Ugly Duckling is a short story about the troubles and sufferings of a young swan and got hatched from an egg in a duck nest. He was smart as different, and there all of his troubles started. He was humiliated in many ways and abused, which ended up with him not trusting himself. He thought that he was worthless and he left the ducks. We're going to the next slide is summary. Finally, the beautiful summer has arrived and the reader can see the wood and the lakes inside the woods. The goose hid her nest from curious people and she sat on her eggs. It was a long and boring job, but it was worth it when she heard her ducks coming out of their eggs. At the beginning, they thought that it was a huge world, but soon the mother goose explained to them that the view in front of them was not the whole world. All of the ducks hatched, but one egg stayed still, and it was the biggest one. At the moment, an old goose appeared and told the mother goose that the biggest egg was a turkey egg and that she should leave it because little turkeys only cause troubles. Mothers are well known for their love and dedication, so she decided to wait for the last egg to open up. Mother Goose was surprised that the duck in the egg was young but very ugly. Despite that, the duck entered the water and started swimming. That made Mother Goose happy because she knew that turkeys couldn't swim. Mother Goose took her ducklings to the older goose because they had to bow down to her to get their highest honor, which is a red patch tied around the leg. It was a sign that the ducks did not want to lose their new member, and it made them stand out between the animals and the plants. Next, while the little ducklings were approaching the old goose, many of them started to complain about the ugly duckling. One duck even beat him, but the mother goose protected him. Soon others started to pick on him, and not only the ducks but also the chickens and the turkeys. The duckling did not have it easy, and as the days passed by it got harder. They even started calling him a freak. The ugly duckling finally stepped up and decided to run away from the humiliation and the sufferings. Soon he realized that loneliness was not easy either. He got hungry, thirsty, and so on. He confronted some hunters and their dogs. He spent some time at an old lady's house, but they were also expecting for the duck eggs to hatch, so he was called unnecessary there. That made him run away again. A year passed by. The duckling turned into a wonderful swan, so he was the most beautiful between the swans, and he finally experienced happiness after all those troubles. Moral value in these short stories: The Ugly Duckling is one of Danish storyteller Hans Christian Andersen's most famous fairy tales. With a powerful message about self-image and acceptance, The story is valued for its ability to teach children the importance of kindness to others. We're going to the next short stories. It's Beauty and the Beast. This is book details. This book was written by French novelist Gabrielle Suzanne Barbat de Villeneuve that was published in 1740 in La Jeune Americaine at Les Contes Marins with original language French and English. Next, this is in the introduction. The Beauty and the Beast is a heartfelt story about the birth of love and the capability of love to transform the way you look at people you love. Well, this is the summary. The fairy tale of the Beauty and the Beast starts with a young girl who lived with her father and two sisters. They lived a good life in a big house, but due to some unfortunate turn of events, her father lost all his money. They were forced to move into a smaller house. The two sisters kept on grieving for their former life, and Beauty maintained her sadness for herself and tried her best to help her family. One day, the father found out there is a slight chance he could get back a part of his fortune, and one of the ships got back. The two sisters started to demand all sorts of things, and Beauty just wanted her father to come back safe. He persuaded her to tell him what she wanted, and in the end, she asked him for a single rose. On his way home, the father got lost and wandered into a castle. He was getting ready to leave when he saw beautiful roses and picked one. In that moment, the beast caught him, and the father, begging for his life, said the rose was for his daughter. The beast let him go under the condition of him sending one of his daughters to the castle, but the daughter had to want to come home. On this way home, he did not want to tell Beauty what happened, but she found out and accepted to go to the castle. When they came to the castle, the beast asked whether the girl came by her own will, and both of them affirmed she did. The beast banished the father and told him never to come back again. Beauty's life was pleasant. She had her room, and she was served. The beast never appeared. Beauty only heard his voice. As time passed by, they started enjoying each other's company. The beast showed himself in the garden one night, and he scared her a bit. He wanted to hide again, but Beauty couldn't listen to the sadness in his voice, so she told him that she wanted to see him again. After a while, Beauty started missing her father, and Beast granted her one visit to her father after they found out he was ill. While she was taking care of her father, the time flew by, and she had a dream about Beast dying. Before she left his palace, he gave her a ring and told her she only needed to put it on her finger when she wanted to come back, and that she would awake in the palace. When she came back to the palace, she found the Beast ill in his bed. She did not want him to die, and she told him she will marry him. Beast disappeared all of a sudden, and its place was taken by a beautiful prince. He told her all about a fairy enchanting him, and how the spell could have only been broken by a girl falling in love with him. After her father got better, they threw a wedding, and then they all lived happily ever after. Next is moral value. The moral value of this fairy tale is that person's beauty comes from a heart in love, and when the beauty realizes the inner beauty of the beast, and the feelings it has, the outer appearance means nothing to her anymore. Well, guys, I think that's all my explanation about these short stories. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a nice day. See you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.